tomorrow, you know what you have to bring. Warm clothes, suitable footwear, lady, and a sleeping bag, right?
Now, remember, we're going to compliment the Glenty, not to a fashion show in the limelight. Ladies. Now, has everybody got everything with them?
Oh, thank you, sir. I forgot my socks.
Sir, I don't have a spare pair of trousers with me.
Sir, kind of forgot my shoes. What can I do?
Well, it looks like you'll be walking barefoot, doesn't it, Clodagh?
Do you think you could go to Penny's or Dunn's or something and take it out of the TY fund?
Oh, Jesus, no! You just have to walk into a swamp or something and lose all your shoes or something mad like that. Right there, ring this tower. How's things going down in Limerick?
Oh, great, great. We had a slight problem on the way. Macaulay's broke down again. But we met a lovely man along the way, packed us all into the back of his lorry. If times weren't so hard, I would have got him a meal voucher, but all I could afford was a Happy Meal from McDonald's. Anyway, how are things going down in Glenty's? Are those two eyes behaving themselves?
Well, now, Emma, we might have a slight problem and we might need yourself and Emma helping out. Sure, Jesus, we went for a short walk this evening and Jesus, don't you know, Jesus, we all walked into a swamp. All TY students lost all their shoes and everything drenched, right? So, if for any chance we can go to Penny's and buy them some shoes out of the TY fund.
What? No! Sure, I'm letting the Flat O'Keefe took all the TY funds and spent them on stupid things like big bonuses to people who didn't deserve them. However, I do. Look at what I put up with. No way Jimmy will give you money to buy shoes. No way! No way!
Alright. But how am I supposed to get money to use your shoes?
Could we call one of the parents and get them to bring some shoes into the school, or maybe one of the teachers could run them down to me?
Charlie, I don't think that'll work. If they did it like the waves, it'll take weeks to bring them in.
I suppose so. Those two eyes are a bit dopey. Maybe Miss Culkin could give us some shoes, seeing as she owns a shoe shop. Good for them. You can contact us when they're not. Geez, that McGlynn is no nuisance. He takes them on one trip and look at the mastering. Give me patience! I know. Anyway, Georgie, are you going to dinner dressed like that? Don't speak to me like that, Emma. Remember who you're talking to. Sorry. Now, I hope those girls are in bed. We have a very important match tomorrow. Now, Emma, in case the referee throws me out of the hall, again, you need to know what to do. So I'll go through with you now. First half, Coke Sprite, defense. Second half, Coke Sprite, defense, press. Coke Sprite, defense. Coke Sprite, defense, press. Got it. Good. Now let's go for dinner. I'm starving.
And you'll see.
I went to Lidl to get the kids some tea and biscuits, but I only had €5 and I lost €1 in the trolley and €1 for parking, so I only had €3. We're going to have to share.
I know exactly what you mean, Sue. We all are working from school badly.
No, I hate the rain.
Sue, I meant the recession.
Oh, I knew that. What you were talking about was dark clouds above us.
Anyhow, shall we start having to hand out the funds now?
Well, you see, the tea cost $2.65, so I couldn't afford the buns. But they gave me some for free. However, they were past their sell-by date. But they looked very tasty.
Shall we start to make the tea then, Sue?
Sounds good. I would have bought the buns myself, Chris, only, well, times are tough, and with this new income levy on teachers' salary and this awful pension levy, I just can't afford to be buying packets of buns. We have to tighten our belts, you know.
I understand exactly what you're saying, Sue. Sure, don't we pay most of our salaries and taxes? You're not even for summer.
Oh, just a short break in Florida for the summer.
And the scene.
Yeah, Chris.
Hello, Jimmy.
Chris, I heard there's a problem with shoes down there.
Yeah, Jimmy. Sure, didn't all the kids run into a swamp and then they get stuck and lose their shoes? They're all walking around barefoot now.
Believe me, what are we going to do about it?
We were hoping you could help us out there, Jimmy.
I'm sorry, Chris. I can't help this. The school has no money. I tell you what, I'll call an emergency meeting with the rest of the teachers. See what we can come up with.
Thanks, Jimmy. And the sooner you do it, the better. There's a horrible smell of feet in this tiny hall.
And the scene.
Welcome, my fellow teachers. Now, folks, we have a serious situation on our hands. The transition year students are stuck in a hall in the middle of nowhere with no shoes. Now, they're going for a 25-kilometre walk tomorrow, so we need to work fast. Any suggestions? Think, folks, think! Yes, Marie Regan.
I can supply them with all the shoes I have in stock in my shop, but that still leaves 35 students out shoes.
I'll get on to the ASTI and Mary Coughlin right away.
Well, I think it's vital we keep the solution to our problem at a local level. As you know, we're crossing the border too much, and it's not helping anyone in our area. I have talked to many a town councillor, and I'm sure they feel indebted to me for having steered them towards their elevated positions. They're delighted to have the privilege of being politicians today.
John, if you think you've got a solution, could you give it to us for a chemistry lesson?
Well, I'm just thinking that many's man would love to do me a favour at present time. I'll call Ewan Doyle, Brendan Travers, Val Murray, John Meehan, and Eddie Grimes to come up with the goods.
Remind me again where you're hail from, John.
Well, I could go all the way back to my ancestor James, and indeed all the Traverses are qualified historians. But to answer your question, Jimmy, I am a local man through and through, and as I am a very loyal man, I would want to solve our poor student problem at a local level.
Well, I'm not local, I married that Shannon man, I did. But I can still supply them with all the shoes I have in the shop.
Oh, I hope that place is clean up there.
What place are you talking about now? Marie! You've gone away off the point of this meeting altogether.
Jeez, man, what are you thinking?
All I say is, if you're transporting shoes up there, you might as well bring some scent as a precaution.
I confiscated a few pair of shoes, if they'd be any good to you.
Look, that won't work. Shall we send them to the thrift shop last week?
I could confiscate a few tomorrow. There's still a few chances.
Jerry, it won't work. Let's hope they're halfway up the mountain and you're parading about your notebook tomorrow.
I'll clean up the book room, so leave you, as a briefing, and all the supplies we gather.
Thanks, folks. I knew you didn't pull true for the kids.
And the scene.
No, on for
Well, hey.
my public, but
The students chat until 3:30 p.m. until most of them start to fall asleep, apart from a small group who manage to keep everyone else awake, much to the annoyance of Lauren Kelly and Clodagh Roper. The teachers work all through the night without getting paid, calling upon every possible source. Mr. Breslin and the Teachers Union, Mr. Keogh for the protection of children, Miss Flynn and Lidl, Miss Culkin Shoe Shop, and Mr. McCarthy, well, he cleaned out the book room. Until they finally beat the recession and raised enough money to buy the 2 eyes and the shoes from Pennies. The total sum of money spent is as follows. €50 on shoes, €1,500 on expenses for Mary Coughlin to travel from her home in Donegal to Ballyshannon, also in Donegal.
Excuse me, could you repeat that?
€1,500 on expenses for Mary Coughlin to travel from her home in Donegal to Ballyshannon, also in Donegal. Although she did make sure the Donegal Post took some lovely pictures. €2.65 on tea. So that's it, the story of how Columkill beat the recession. Mr. Keogh and Mr. McCarthy now present the students with their shoes.
Now folks, we have some shoes here for you. Now, it took us all night to get our hands on them, so please don't go walking through any swamps in them.
Sorry, the smallest.
I now present to you a song written by Marie Regan and sung by the staff and students of Bluestacks.
A long, long time ago, I can still remember how that recession used to make me cry. But I knew if I had the chance that I could make those TYs dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. Gosh, that made me shiver with every step I quiver. Bad news heavy on my back, I couldn't take one more cutback. And I can't remember if I cried when I read that Brian Lennon lied. But something touched me deep inside the day those shoes were lost. So bye-bye recession time, climb the stacks to the top, and the top it was high. And good old Darty was walking briskly singing, these will be the days of our lives. These will be the days of our lives. Did you see a run? Did he have a brain at all above? But he saw it all coming. And do you believe in tax and the dole? And can Cowan save our rotten souls? Can you teach me how to save real smart? Well, I know all you wanted were new shoes, 'cause I saw you dancing in the swamp. You all picked up your shoes. Man, you should have seen the face of Darty. I was a poor teenager with no shoes, no sleeping bag and no socks too. But I knew I was out of luck the day was fun to die. And I started singing, bye bye recession time. Climbing stacks to the top, and the top it was high. And good old Dorothy was walking briskly, singing, these will be the days of our lives. These will be the days of our lives. Now for 39 years we've been in the EU, and we need them more than we know we do, but that's not how it used to be. And when McGlynn rang Mrs. D on a phone he borrowed from Doherty, speaking as a voice that came from you and me. When the teachers chatted on the phone, the others came up with a plan. The meeting was adjourned, no verdict was returned. And while McCarthy read a book on gods, the T-Wise played a game of cards, and we sang songs in the dark the day the shoes were lost. And we were singing, bye bye recession time. Climbed the stacks to the top, and the top it was high. And good old Dorothy was walking briskly, singing, these will be the days of our lives. These will be the days of our lives. And I met a politician who told the truth, and I asked her for some happy news, but she just lied straight away. And I went down to the local store where I'd heard the news some weeks before, but the man there said the news was just the same. And in the street the children played, the lovers laughed and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The school bells were all broken, and the three teachers I admired the most, Miss Diver, O'Malley, and Jimmy Keoghley, called the last train for the coast the day the recession died. And they were singing, bye bye recession time. Climbed the stacks to the top, and the top it was high. And good old Dorothy was walking briskly, singing, these will be the days of our lives. These will be the days of our lives. They were singing, bye bye recession time. Climbed the stacks to the top, and the top it was high. And good old Dorothy was walking briskly, singing, these will be the days of our lives. These will be the days of our lives.
Now I invite the real Mr. McCarthy on stage to accept an award for making his book room the frontline cause against the recession. I call on Owen Brady to present the award to Mr. McCarthy.
Congratulations, Mr. McCarthy. It's an honor to me to give this award.
I know what you're thinking. I do possess more than a Nike top and a yellow jumper. Seriously, I'll cherish this very much because it was given by one of the students, and I know for that reason it was given sincerely and it was heartfelt. Thank you very much.
Wasn't that brilliant? Now sit back, relax, and enjoy a dance choreographed by Laura.